Hi, I'm Michelle. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a mishmash reading. I've got my special dragon here with me, as you can see. Um, but today firstly, I'm going to show you three Lenormand decks and choose which pile is going to resonate for you. And we're going to be doing readings on your person and their feelings, thoughts, actions towards you. Okay, so firstly I have the green glyphs letterman, and I've chosen a green citrine to go with this deck. So this is going to be deck number one. Secondly, I have this beautiful selenite egg to go with the Slavic folklore deck. So that's going to be pile number 2. Last but not least, we've got deck number 3, which is the Seeker's Lenormand deck. And I've got my beautiful wand for that one as well. Got a bit of action happening. He's making himself comfortable there. So yeah, I've got this beautiful selenite wand that we're going to be reading this deck with as well. So if you would like to choose 1, 2, or 3, that's the citrine, the egg, or the wand, whichever one you feel is resonating the most to you right now. 1, 2, or 3, and we'll get started. I will put timestamps in the comments and see how we go. Okay, so firstly we have deck number 1 with the citrine and the green glyphs Lenormand deck. So this is going to be for April 2023. No specific star signs, just whichever pile you were drawn to the most there. So for deck number 1, I'm going to be asking your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you this month. Thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you this month. And general outcome for you and your person for this month, please. Okay, and firstly, we want to ask just a bit in general about your person's energy. So we have got the stork and the lady. So your person, if they are a woman, it's talking about them being in their own energy. If they are not a woman, it's talking about a woman that is of importance to them at the moment. That's what's on their main focus at the moment, is this woman of importance. And the stork, things getting stirred up. And so we've got this imagery on these cards. We've got the lady and the stork there. So the stork stirs things up. So they've got a lot going on in their life at the moment, I feel. Their energy is sort of talking about new beginnings, getting things started, getting things stirred up. So whatever that means for your person. And behind that there we've got the clouds. So and the path. So yeah, they are thinking about lots of decisions that they need to make in the near future there. That's running through their energy at the moment. Okay, their current thoughts towards you. We have the dog. So that is a very loyal, compassionate type energy. The friendship basis of the relationship. That's what's currently on their thoughts towards you, whether it be wanting to strengthen that friendship with you, or whether that be that being very important to them, maintaining that strong sense of loyalty and compassion with you. That is strongly on their thoughts when it comes to you at the moment. Their feelings, we have the moon. So that is very much, it's a beautiful card, the moon. Talks about things like beauty and luck and wanting to, you know, be the moon in your eye, so to speak. So it's a strong feeling card too, very muchly talking about emotions and that intuitive aspect of, following your heart. So that's actually a really good supportive card for your person's feelings towards you at the moment. They are feeling very emotional towards you at the moment. Their intentions towards you, and we've got the cross. So the cross is actually a very spiritual based card. Traditionally, we know that the cross represents, all that lovely spiritual based stuff. Whatever religion you are, it doesn't matter. It talks about religion and or spirituality. So me personally, I do see this as a very strong destiny card, so that their intentions are to, keep that destiny flowing between you guys. They feel as though, this relationship is, it's intended. It's part of their destiny. So that, once again, a very strong card when it comes to relationships. Action, we have the letter. So that is exactly what we want to see when it comes to actions being taken by your person towards you. So the letter talks about all sorts of communication, whether it be phone calls, text messages, emails, physical letters. It does talk about communication being their next big action towards you this month. So, go on with that. That's a great one for the action card. I love seeing that as an action card because it means that they are going to reach out to you, take that step to communicate with you. There you go. Awesome. And the general outcomes for you this month, we have the birds and the fox card there. So the birds, once again, another communication card. It can, talk about that chatter, gossip, talking to their friends about you, maybe, since we do see the friendship card up there in the beginning. Got this one, sorry. I'll put him over here. Wants to have a run. There we go. So the birds is all about talking about things, very chatty energy. So that's actually a really good card. With the fox there, the fox is one of those really interesting cards that has a very dual identity. So, it can talk about someone who is quite smart, quite clever, quite quick to action. As an outcome, it's talking also about the survival of the relationship. So I feel like that would be talking about, keeping those lines of communication open and chatting as much as you can with this person about the things that they find important for their survival in this world. So the fox, it also brings to mind that I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but that kitsune energy from the Japanese folklore, where the woman morphs into a beautiful fox. So it can talk a little bit about metamorphosis and that sort of beautiful energy as well. Doing what's needed to survive in this relationship. So the outcome is pretty strong there, looking like it's going to be, clever little fox, basically bringing it all together. Side note, your person could be a bit of a silver fox or a grey fox. Is that what they call it? Sometimes that comes up for people too when they hear about fox energy. It can be like, I do know a lot of people refer to other people as, silver fox or whatever. So an older partner, or whatever. Yeah, so that's a really great energy for you guys there. Awesome. Okay, so moving on to deck 2. Just make a note there that we're at. So I can timestamp for you guys. Okay, so deck 2, we chose the selenite egg and the Slavic folklore deck. This is the deck I have been using this week for all my intro videos. So hopefully, it does resonate for some people there. And we've got this beautiful selenite egg, which eggs are, crack them open, see what's inside. Let's go. Okay, so for deck two for April 2023, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you this month. And general outcome for you and this person for April 2023, please. Okay, so your person's thoughts towards you, the moon, they are thinking about you in an emotional sense at the moment. They feel very guided, that it's a fantasy. Intuition is a strong thing to play. Their emotions and their intuition and their fantasies and desires are actually quite strong this month when it comes to their thoughts of you. So that is actually a very interesting card because it is a feelings type card, but it's coming up in their thoughts. So they're thinking with their heart is what I would sort of say with that at the moment. It is a card that does represent beauty and good luck. So that is a really good thing for them to be thinking about you this month, I suppose, as well. That you are sort of, their intuition has brought them to you. Their feelings towards you this month, we have the book. Okay, so the book talks about new chapters, new beginnings, writing your story. So mixed in with the moon card there in their thoughts and their feelings are wanting to start a new chapter. So that's pretty straightforward, guys. Like it also does have an element of, gaining knowledge. So they feel as though they still need to gain some knowledge about you in order to start this new chapter fresh and work from there. So that, once again, very positive. Their intentions towards you. Wow, this is actually a really beautiful card to see as their intentions towards you. It is a very strong kindness, morality, and virtuous sort of card there, the lily. It is a card of longevity as well. So it does sort of talk about, the things that are going to still be with you at the end of your life. So the lily is actually really strong when it comes to a intention card. It is quite strong in their intentions that they want this to be something long standing. They want you to be their forever person by the sounds of that, and it does hold strong elements of intimacy in the relationship as well. So that's a really positive card. It can talk about, career being a bit of a focus in their intentions at the moment as well. So just as a bit of a side note there, they're sort of looking at long-term future at the moment in their intentions towards you. With their actions, we've got the anchor. So the anchor talks about, like dropping anchor and staying sturdy, staying docked before the ships come in, sort of thing. So we do have, security, resilience, some restraint. So their actions may not be so. There might not be that much movement at the moment, but with such strong thoughts, feelings, and intentions between you guys coming towards you at the moment, the anchor is actually quite a solid card as an action. It just sort of means they feel like they're on the right track with you and they're happy to stay and they're not going to be making any big sudden changes or decisions to jeopardize this. So as an action, that is actually quite stable as well. So that's really good. Now, the general actions this month, we have the flowers and the child. So it's called the bouquet in this deck. I'm sorry. But the bouquet talks very much, it's what you imagine when you get a bunch of roses or whatever, it is hope, it is positivity, it is optimism, it is gifts. So there might be some gifts coming your way. But the child does speak to immaturity. Your person may be younger than you or just a bit more childlike. They might have this wonderful childlike sense of giving when it comes to the outcome of this relationship, that they might be, in this sense of joy and optimism, that, the innocence of children, they're wanting to give to this relationship with innocence and hope and optimism. So that's fantastic for you guys there, deck two. So thank you. And moving along to the third deck there. For our third deck, we had the selenite wand and the Seeker's Lenormand deck with us today. This is another deck with some really beautiful imagery. I can never decide which decks are my favourites half the time. I swap and change, and some of them do have slightly different energies to others, so I do really like to work with all of them. Okay, so deck 3, we're looking into your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you this month in this coming month, April 2023. So deck 3, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you for April 2023, and general outcomes for you guys, April 2023. The person's general energy is in the Clover at the moment, so that's a really good card for the overview there. They're in a mood of, good luck, good things happening, looking for that little bit of spark, willing to take the risks where needed. So that's a really positive energy for that overview there. Their thoughts towards you. The Coffin. So we have the Coffin energy is quite a complicated energy as well. It does speak, though, very muchly about cycles. So things needing to end so that other things can begin. So this feels like a very fresh sort of relationship here. Things needing to end, though, before this can really sort of flip into that full cycle and then bloom anew. So the Coffin does talk about, their thoughts probably being a little bit closed off at the moment. You might not feel as though they're opening up to you as much as they could be. But it's not a bad card. It does, everything needs to have endings and beginnings. So it's always a bit of a cycle, there's always that growth cycle. One thing needs to end to metamorphosize into another. So it can be a really positive card. But I feel like it's probably speaking mostly to your person's thoughts are feeling quite blocked and closed off at the moment. So there we go. And their feelings towards you, we have the Fox energy. So they're feeling like they need to be smart about this. They're feeling like they need to think things through properly, be clever about the way that they're coming towards you. It does have a little bit of a trickster energy to it, but it is also about survival. So their feelings are sort of, they do feel a bit wrapped up in themselves at the moment with all this energy here that I've got on the board here. They are sort of a bit wrapped up in themselves at the moment and focusing on their own survival. They're feeling like they need to remember to put themselves first. Okay, so that's what that's talking about there, is that survival mode with the Fox, doing what they need to do to look after themselves first and foremost. So that's probably why their thoughts are a little bit closed off at the moment. And their intentions at the moment, we have the Whip. So this can be a bit of a troublesome card. It can talk about, tensions and arguments and, those sorts of things. It can also talk about punishment. So taking into mind what I've just seen with their thoughts and feelings, I feel like this is actually talking about self-punishment. So they're feeling like they, their intentions are actually that they need to punish themselves in some way, and that maybe I'm getting a really strong energy that they feel that they don't deserve to have positive intentions coming towards you. So I feel like your person maybe just needs that little bit of extra reassurance from you at this time, and that reassurance that, things can be worked out, even when we're having struggles and internal conflicts, when we're having tension, these things we all need the negative things in order to get to the positive things. These things can be worked through. There's no need to punish themselves. Just take it as it comes. But then I'm seeing with their actions are actually the stork. So that's stirring things up, wanting to start, stirring things up anew. So that's actually a much more positive outlook there. And then when I'm looking into your outcomes for the month, I'm not seeing like this all as a negative. Your person might just be going through a bit of a harder time at the moment with their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions. It feels like they're self-sabotaging a little bit there, but their actions are that they're willing to, start new, start fresh. The stork is the one that, the stork brings the baby, whatever. So it can sometimes mean pregnancies. So as an action, I would just be wary that if you are able to have children, that pregnancy might be something that is in the next month going to be something you need to either watch out for or watch up for. I hope that makes sense. Depending on how you feel about that at the moment, whether that's something you want to move forward with or not. But pregnancy could be a potential issue there with you guys at the moment. But it does stir up things. So all these negative feelings and tensions that they're going through at the moment are actually going to stir them up into a bit of action to get things moving. So it is a movement card. There will be some movement happening in the next few weeks over April there. So not bad, not good. So we're not sort of talking positive or negative. We're just sort of seeing what's going on. And then as outcomes, we've got the lily and the mountain. Okay, so the lily is a strong longevity card. It is a strong intimacy card. So we're talking about, they are looking into the long term with you, but they're also looking at any possible obstacles to get into that long term with you. So maybe that's part of what this whip is about. They're sort of that self-doubt. Once again, I'm feeling that self-doubt, that self-sabotage as a bit of an obstacle at the moment. But just keeping in mind that the mountain, it is pretty rock solid as an outcome. So, and obstacles are actually opportunities in disguise. So the things that they might be currently seeing as obstacles could actually be opportunities to lead you guys to this intimacy. So working through these negative, more negative sides, these obstacles could actually lead you guys closer and to a higher sense of intimacy, a higher level of longevity within the relationship. So I would actually just be, just making sure your person knows that there's no need to self-sabotage. There's no need to look at the mountain as an obstacle, because once you climb that mountain, you're cruisy back down the other side. It is actually an opportunity in disguise. It might seem like it's a hard climb, but then when you get to the top, you can look out above everything and see where you're going from there. Obstacles are, once you've got that perseverance and that determination to climb up to the tippy top, everything becomes clear, and it becomes clear that it's actually an opportunity for this growth, rather than an obstacle as you may have feared it was when you looked up from the bottom. So thank you very much for your time today. I hope everyone got something out of those reads there. Please like and subscribe. Leave me comments on what you thought of the reading, whether it resonated for you or not, and let me know how you guys will go in April 2023. Thank you.